Begin our service this morning with One Light. Thank you all. I would invite you now to relax, settle back into your seats, and consider these words from our prayer for inner peace. I open my heart and mind this morning to the presence of God that is within me and in every one and everything, that one power and one presence. I let God's peace fill my being. In this presence I am peaceful, poised, confident, and strong. I let go of every concern and relax in the safety of God's love and in the love of those around me. I find Unity of Port St. Lucie a sanctuary of love and peace, and I am open and receptive to receive all it has to soothe my mind and soul this day. And so it is. Amen. If you would join me in our mission statement to develop our spiritual connection with God through prayer, education, and service. And our vision, Unity of Port St. Lucie, is an expanding community for personal healing and spiritual growth. Well, again, good morning and welcome. Little COVID-19 wave across the thing here. Okay. Our congregational song, this is a new piece, Jeff, isn't it?
It's a new piece.
But it's simple.
It's simple. It's easy, because I'm a simple person.
Did you write it?
Yes, I did. Linda's going to show you the first chorus and then a little bit of the verse, and then everybody's going to sing it. And it's going to sound great. I can feel it. Everybody has it, right? Where I want to be, hope that you will see. Love for you and me is where I want to be. Where I want to be, hope that you will see. Love for you and me.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. The daily word this morning will be read to us by Susan Wagner.
Good morning, and let's be thankful again for a beautiful day like today. The word for today is faith. My faith lights my path and guides my way. As Advent season begins, my thoughts turn to faith. I believe in my capacity to be hopeful, assured, and strengthened as I embark on this journey of faith. Faith keeps me open to discovering reasons to have hope, even when I do not yet see any evidence for my hopefulness. Faith gives me assurance that my indwelling divinity will lead me to accomplish all that I set out to achieve. Faith fortifies me with the necessary strength to transcend my limited human knowledge, allowing divine wisdom to guide my thoughts and actions. I believe in good things to come, and I believe in my ability to bring things into manifestation. I am grateful for the gift of faith. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that you may be abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Romans 15:13. Please join me in saying today's affirmation together. And guides my way. Thank you.
I invite you to join me now, friends, by closing your eyes and beginning to relax deeply into your chair, allowing it to support your body. Relax deeply, releasing any tension, letting go of any concerns. Settling in, become fully present to this moment right now. As this Advent season begins, today we focus on faith. We say thank you, God, for the faith that we have, the faith that there is only one power, one presence, active in our lives. God, all goodness, love, peace. This is the God of our understanding. We take that understanding right now deeply into our hearts. And there we spend together a few moments in the silence, reflecting on our faith in the silence. And then slowly and gently, we begin to return our attention to the outer, to this room. Slowly, slowly we reopen our eyes and say, thank God for this day. Thank God for these moments of silence. Together we sing Alleluia. One more time. Good morning. So my talk title today is There's No Place Like Home. It's New Membership Sunday, and I decided to focus on the idea that there's no place like home because over the years, one of the conversations I've enjoyed having most with new people at whatever church I'm serving is how they found unity. And almost without exception, people will say at the end of their story, and when I arrived there, I felt like I was home. And I see many of you shaking your heads, so you know that's probably your truth as well. It was certainly mine. I felt like I'd come home. Yeah, and I began to reflect on that. What is that like? How important home is to us. And I found this little characterization of how precious it is to come home. Except there's no sound. So I had a really cute film clip to show you from a Disney movie. That illustrated my point. Home is so important. Do you remember E.T.? Yeah? So I found the part of the movie where E.T. points his finger and say, E.T., go home, or phone home. I'm not sure which it was. Remember that? One of my favorite movies of all times. I just love that movie. In fact, I think I'm about to watch it again. It's so much fun. So home is, I don't know, what is it about home, the idea of home? I love, for instance, that James Baldwin, one of my favorite authors, says that maybe home isn't a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. And I tend to agree with that. It's a condition for me. Over the years, I've lived in enough places, and I moved away from my childhood home, the home in which I grew up long ago, and I found by experience that driving back to where it used to be home, driving back never fulfilled that need I felt to connect with home again. Have you ever done that? Drive by the old place or the family homestead or go to where you raised your children? It doesn't do it. Because it's not about the structure, is it? It's about an irrevocable condition. And the other thing I've learned over the years is that it transcends biological family. It transcends biological family. When I came back to Unity of Port St. Lucie, I felt like I was home again. Because this is the community that I made such a deep connection with. And that hadn't changed in the least over the years. It felt like we didn't skip a beat. That's what home is all about. And I think that's one of the reasons that people join spiritual communities. I don't want to put words in your mouth, new members joining today, but I suspect that you've had that sense of coming home again. And we're so grateful that you did. I think the other reason that people join is we all have a need to belong. We have a need to belong. Many years ago, psychologist Abraham Maslow developed this model that you see on the screen. It's called the hierarchy of needs. And it still works. It's still taught. It still explains kind of how we evolve in some way as human beings. So the most basic needs, the underpinning, the bottom of the pyramid is we have psychological needs. We need to be fed. We need to eat. Not necessarily be fed, but we need to eat. We need physiological. We need to have water, a roof over our heads, or something to protect us from the elements if possible. Then above that, we have safety needs. We need to feel safe. We need to feel secure, a basic human need. And if those two needs are not met, we cannot evolve any higher, he said. We can't rise above if those basic needs are not met. Now, I'm no psychologist, but that model has stood the test of time. It's still taught and referred to today, 100 years after he developed it. So there's got to be some pretty big truth in his work, in his findings. And the need above that is the need to belong somewhere. The need to belong somewhere. The need to have love in our lives. Not the intimate kind of one-on-one relationship love necessarily, but the love of friends, the love of community, the love of neighbors. For the past 5 years before moving here, I lived in a high-rise. And I lived on the top floor, and I lived in an end unit. And I didn't realize until I moved back into a house in a neighborhood how much I missed connecting out my front door with my neighbors. At any given time, I can go out my door and Tom and Brenda or Susan or Miss Millie, somebody else is out there, and we stand and we talk. We have a need to connect, friends. We have a need to have that love in our lives. And I think we all know that. And then it goes on from there, of course. Maslow said then above that we have esteem needs. We need to feel good about ourselves. We need to have a sense of accomplishment, a sense of having some value, necessary. In order to reach the highest level of all, he called it the level of self-actualization. You know? In unity, probably we would call that's where the I am begins to show up as us. We know who we are, we know what our power is, and we begin to act and live from it. We are self-actualizing. We're unlocking the truth of us. The truth that's been there all along, we simply forgot or became distracted. Self-actualization. So we all need to belong. When I was surfing the internet, I found a quote which I thought was particularly useful. It says, "The social ties that accompany a sense of belonging are a protective factor helping to manage stress." Imagine that. Reflect on that a moment. Once you've accomplished a sense of belonging somewhere, it's easier to handle stress. When we feel we have support and we're not alone, we often cope more effectively with difficult times in our lives. Yes, absolutely. Coping well with hardships decreases the physical and mental impact of these situations. Belonging. And we have that here in community. We certainly can feel it, and I witness it every time we come together on Sunday morning, but even during the week, we reach out to one another for lunch or a cup of coffee or a simple phone call. We step up to assist each other when we know that one or another needs a ride to a doctor or needs this or that. We're there for each other. That's what community does. And it's incredibly beautiful. William Arthur Ward said, "Do more than belong, however, participate. Do more than care, help. Do more than believe, practice. Do more than be fair, be kind. Do more than forgive, forget. Do more than dream, work." I love that. I love that quote. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And maybe it'll work. No, it's not going to work. I tried. You all remember that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, don't you? How many will be watching it again sometime during the holidays? Look at that. Almost everyone. And how many years have we been watching it? I can't count. So you remember the scene in that movie, which is what I grabbed and put into my presentation today to show you, because it also just makes you feel incredibly good, when he believes that all is lost and the entire community rallies around him and shows up and begins to give him $1 or $10 or $100 or whatever. And there's this huge pile of money on the, I don't remember if it's a buffet or a dining room table or something in their home. And he's so overcome, he's standing there holding his little baby girl, and his eyes are filled with tears, and they begin to celebrate. That's what community is all about. Coming together like nothing else I know, and supporting one another. So on this new membership day, and by the way, it is absolutely astounding that we have 4 new members during these times. It's astounding and beautiful, and we are blessed. So on this particular day, these 4 new members are going to join us officially. They've already done new membership orientation with me, and we got to know each other a little bit. And now today, we're going to officially welcome them into our community. But I want the rest of you to know what their pledge is that they're going to sign. The pledge, the new membership pledge, says this: "I pledge to be a loyal member of Unity of Port St. Lucie." It says this: I pledge to support my new spiritual community with my time, my talent, and my treasures. A little time spent somehow. There are little jobs that are done here, even if just on a Sunday morning when you arrive, if you're willing, that would really help out. You all don't know this necessarily, but you have at least 2 board members who do a gazillion things behind the scenes. And frankly, some of those things they do could be done by others, and it would give them a little breather. Now, not that they've asked for it. They have never asked for it. They've never complained. And they don't even know that I'm saying this. But I watch what Sherry, for example, does when she arrives here at least an hour before we start. So there are lots of ways you can give just a little bit of your time to help out and support your community. Your talent. I don't know what these ladies' talents are, but I'm speaking to all of you now. We all have a unique set of talents or skills that we've developed in the work world, many of us, or most of us, if not all of us. I don't know what that is, whether it's writing, whether it's art, whether it's marketing, whether it's working with spreadsheets, whatever it is. If you've got a talent that might serve your community a little bit, speak up and let us know. As I said, there's so many things that go on behind the scenes, so many things that most people aren't aware of. If you have a particular talent you think might be useful, just let us know. And of course, your treasures. No community can survive any longer without financial support. This community is really, really holding the high watch for keeping these doors open forever. But it takes income to do that. It takes money to do that. So, as a member, you are pledging to support financially to the best of your ability. The next statement says, I pledge to support Unity's commitment to diversity. Sorry about the misspelling. It's a wonder spell check didn't find that for me. Is there such a word as cyversity? There is now. I pledge to support Unity's commitment to diversity, accepting others right where they are, just as they are. There is a statement that was developed by Unity Worldwide Ministries called I think it's called the Diversity Statement, which this community adopted years ago. All Unity communities have adopted it. It's part and parcel of who they are, and it says we accept everybody who walks through our doors right where they are, without any regard to anything. Race, creed, color, whatever. None of it. So by pledging as a new member, by signing the pledge, you're saying, I get it, and I'm good with that. I support that. Finally, I pledge to continue my quest to remember the truth of what I am and to live accordingly. Unity has always been big on education, offering classes and study groups in order to help people begin to understand what they truly are, and then to help people figure out how to live from that truth. So this statement simply refers to that. If you're not already, that you're pledging to commit to expanding your knowledge, your understanding of that fact by taking classes, or at the very least attending and listening to Sunday lessons. And then lastly, I pledge to live Unity's principles to the best of my ability and my current understanding. Nobody walks on water. We all fall down. We all miss the mark. All of us, every single one of us, myself included. All this says is, to the best of my ability and to the best of my current understanding, I agree to live by Unity's 5 principles. So ladies, having said all of that, I'd like to invite you to come forward if you would. Step up. Good morning.
Good morning.
How beautiful you are.
And you too.
Aw, thank you, Stacy. Thank
Truth
you.
is truth.
We are a mutual admiration society. These are special, special women, very special women. Warm and welcoming and big hearts, generous. They're just lovely. And most of them
It's getting bigger.
most of them have been around Unity for quite a while. How long, Stacy?
Gosh, I don't know. 30 years, 25 to 30 years.
25 to 30 years? How about you, honey?
The same
About the same. And you, darling?
since 1975.
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Wow. And you, honey?
I'm the newbie.
I know. This year. We are so glad you're here, honey. She had a lot of questions about Unity, and she's going to have more, and we're here for you, honey. Anything you want to know. But you've got 3 supporters already who can probably answer.
They're why I'm here.
They're why I'm
And
here.
actually, they tried to get me into Unity prior, and they were going to Unity of Stewart, and I was like, it's almost an hour there, and then an hour, and chat, and then another hour. I'm going to miss my Sunday morning shows.
I didn't know there were Sunday morning shows. Okay.
Sunday.
Okay.
So when they found here, I was like, I think you better try. But I did go to a couple of other services in Stewart, in Fort Lauderdale, was it? Or Orlando or something. Anyhow, so I'm here.
Awesome.
And it is due to these ladies.
Yay. So, ladies, I'm going to give each of you a pledge and ask you if you would to. It's no, I'm not going to take it back from you right now. I'm going to ask you to sign it at your leisure and give it back to me whenever. Okay. One more coming up. And now I'm going to ask our board president, Ms. Sherry, to come forward and officially welcome you.
I have one point of disagreement with Linda. I'm not amazed at all that these 4 amazing women are joining in this time. One thing I get as the president of the board to welcome you officially to our spiritual community.
Thank you.
And I've never seen a group. They started to attend, and right away they were coming to classes, they were doing this, they were doing that, they were volunteering their service. And you are 4 amazing women. And I speak for all of us when I say how happy we are that you're on your spiritual journey with us. And we look forward to being on that path together for a long time to come.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh, guess you have to put it below your eyes.
That would help.
And I have presents.
I love presents. Who doesn't?
I love these.
Thank
These are
you.
principles on a bookmark.
Actually,
And with a prayer for protection.
Thank
I
you
have those
so
everywhere
much.
at my house.
Thank you. Love it. Oh, I love the unity. Thank you.
Birthday girl.
Thank you.
All
Today's her
right.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yay.
It's the 50th anniversary of my 21st.
Oh, welcome home. Welcome
you.
home.
Thank you so
We are
much.
thrilled. We are thrilled. Thank
are
you.
we.
Thank you. Thank you. A particular note for me this morning, I hadn't planned on until just a little while ago. I just want to tell you how deeply moved I am by your willingness to abide by the new mask mandatory requirement. I'm the one that brought that request to the board, so if you want to yip at anyone, yip at me. And as I made the request, I watched their faces. I did. I watched their faces. I watched the heaviness on their heart at the very idea. And yet they knew that we had to do this. We have to do this. We have to be responsible, friends. We've been calling people who no longer attend, and one of the things that I heard repeatedly was, one of the reasons I don't come is not everybody wears a mask. Now, I'm not saying that's why we're requiring masks. I truly am not. But you would have to be deaf and blind not to know that this virus is becoming even more aggressive. So we have to do what we have to do. And I as I said, my heart is touched by your willingness, because there was a little piece of me that said, gee, I wonder if half of those people won't show up today. And here you are, every single one of you. We only had one person leave because they didn't want to wear a mask. So I think that is exceptional. So that's what it means to be a part of this community. I love you with all my heart. Thank you.
And now Jeff and Linda singing Home.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there, where the things I didn't know. Winds that make the fall grass bend into leaves. Suddenly the raindrop that falls has a meaning, springing the seas, makes it all bleed. Maybe there's a chance for me to go back home, now that I have some direction. Sure be nice to be back home, where there's love and affection. And just maybe I think it's time to slow, giving me enough time in my life to grow. Time
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Jeff. It's time to take your tithes and offerings and join with me in our blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love because I love to give. And where did we put those little offering bowls? Down the back there still? Okay. What's going on in the week here? Well, today, Linda Woodcox is going to be our prayer chaplain. If you need some affirmative support, see Linda in the little alcove over there. Prayer circle, Thursdays, 11 to 11:30. Chair yoga with Lana, Tuesdays. Spiritual discussion is this coming Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock. Join the fun. Your book discussion begins on the 2nd of December. This Wednesday. Christmas show with Shepherd and Green. That's the 19th. Okay. Tickets are available. Just see me, Sherry, Jeff, Linda. And if you have a moment, just fill out a piece of paper with your email address on it. I'll get you on the distribution list for our newsletter. Next Sunday, Reverend Linda returns. You're in for the month of December, I believe. And thank you for all the help we get every day to put this routine together. And thank you, folks, for coming and sharing your morning with us. We do appreciate it. All right, peace song.